Hey, what's going on, guys? The Horror Man back putting a positive spin on Dario Argento's Giallo. Originally, for monthly theme Thursday this month, Jason and I were going to do Gialli in July all month long. Gialli in July has been a tradition for us, in which we both review a Giallo in the month of July. So instead of making it a month-long thing, we decided to stick with that, and ultimately ended up with Final Guy July for monthly theme Thursday. Earlier this week, we reviewed our Giallo for Gialli in July, and now we have another one for you for Positive Spin. And this Giallo is literally called Giallo. Giallo is a 2009 Giallo, directed by one of the masters of the genre himself, Dario Argento. This was his first theatrical film, not based on a screenplay written by him. It was, however, written specifically for him. In addition to Argento directing it, that's another positive for me. Giallo currently has a 4.4 out of 10 rating on IMDb, and this movie has always been hated. Back when it was first released, it received negative reviews immediately. I bought this DVD right away, and even gave it a brief review about 12 or 13 years ago on my channel. At the time, I really liked it, and I couldn't understand why everyone hated it. Now, after having revisited it all these years later, I still don't get it. Like I said in that first review, maybe people were expecting another Suspiria or Deep Red, but let's get real. We're not living in the 70s or 80s anymore. Giallo is a modern-day take on Gialli. It's also worth noting that even though it's been 12 or 13 years since I first watched this, I've thought about it often. I was really looking forward to rewatching it for this positive spin, and I know Jason was as well. Adrian Brody stars as Inspector Enzo, and he's awesome in this. His attitude cracks me up. Then there's Elsa Pataki, who is gorgeous, and she plays a model, fittingly. She's also one of the victims of the killer in Giallo. That's when her sister seeks the assistance of Adrian Brody's character, Inspector Enzo, to track down the killer. The movie was filmed on location in Italy, and the scenery is also gorgeous. I like how the killer picks up the victims in a taxi. There is something so scary about that, especially nowadays with Uber and Lyft. It can really happen way too easily. Although it's a brief scene, I like the little bookstore Inspector Enzo visits. The killer is downright disturbing, and in addition to torturing the victims before killing them, the killer does some other disturbing things. This film also takes a different route when it comes to the killer. There are some graphic visuals with some gruesome practical effects. The hammer to the head kill is a standout for sure, and I specifically mentioned it in that first review as well. Inspector Enzo's flashback scene is really cool. The kill featured in that sequence is violently graphic. I really like the market scene, which again goes back to the authentic Italian location that I love. I love the soundtrack, and Giallo has a fantastic atmosphere with misty night shots. The reveal of the killer's lair is really well done. The story and subsequent flashback of young Enzo avenging his mother's death is awesome. That's probably one of the most brutal scenes in the entire movie. The shower stalking scene is super creepy. And yes, that final death I also mentioned in my previous review is still awesome. I really like the ending too, which, of course, I won't give away. Technically, Giallo has a false ending that takes place right before the actual ending, and I actually probably like that even more. It could have concluded right there, and it still would have been satisfying. Again, I really don't understand the issue here. Giallo is a fantastic, modern-day Giallo. It's a slasher. It's a murder mystery. It's entertaining. But you don't have to agree. This is just my positive spin. Please be sure to check out Jason's as well to hear his thoughts. Have you seen Dario Argento's Giallo? If so, what do you think of it? Do you hate it? If so, why? Comment below and let me know. But please, be respectful. To which hated movie will we next give a positive spin? Check back soon to find out. Until then, remember, physical media matters. Thanks for watching, guys. Hit that thumbs up and be kind. Subscribe.